lots of great football over the years. Lots of kids I got to know, and I'm going to miss terribly. Hope all the seniors that are moving on. I wish them the best of luck as always. But you remember when Kyle Williams was a freshman, how big he was already as a freshman, and now time for him to move on. So the years go by pretty quickly. I remember when Chase Edmonds was a sophomore, getting hit in the backfield a whole lot as a running back, and how things changed pretty quickly. And by the time he was a senior, he's leading the area in rushing and makes the Big 33 team. He was the Pennsylvania MVP on the 2014 Big 33 squad. And then, of course, on to college where he won the Jerry Rice Award his first year at Fordham, and then went on to, of course, now playing his fourth year in the NFL. So it's exciting to see people you see and get to know up front. I was watching the Colorado State game the other night, a couple weeks ago, and I saw Brandon kick some ropes on Colorado State. So again, this was really exciting to see how we progress. But a lot of that comes from the work that's done behind the scenes. And so a lot of the rewards that we're going to see are results of those efforts and how we get to the next level and how we continue to improve. How many years have you been coach? 7, 8 years? How many years have you been head coach? 8. Coach AB's 8th year as a head coach for the Panthers. So he and I have worked together for a lot of years, and a number of years before that even. So it's I see him in fall basketball, and then I saw him in lacrosse for a lot of years. So I'm sure his wife, for a couple of years, was like, if I can't find my husband, I'll just call Rick. I'm sure he probably sees him somewhere. But some of the things that Joe said earlier and some of the things that Barry echoed, we hear about. It's so important for everybody to have somebody in their lives who can be honest with them, can help motivate them, can help drive them, and at the same time show how much they care about them. Sometimes when you get yelled at, and I'm sure our teenagers here get yelled at from time to time around here, it's not because we don't love you, it's just the opposite, right? If your coaches yell at you, it's because they think you can do better. It's because they think you can do more, right? Ask anybody, talk to Coach Cooper, who's been around the National Football League. I'm sure coaches yell a little bit in the National Football League, don't they? Jobs are on the line, right? We're making paychecks, we're feeding families, that kind of stuff. So you may think, well, they don't need motivation. Then no, trust me, they still need motivation, and they still hear about it. But it's nice also then to have that coach who sit there and pull you aside and then go, look, this is why we're doing this. This is what's in it for you. And it's always good to kind of know those things. And that's one thing I've gotten to see with Coach AB, whether it's a girls basketball player or a lacrosse player, or certainly a lot of the football players, is when I pull you aside and talk to you, it means something to me. Hopefully it means something to you and motivates you to be a better person. So I really take a lot of inspiration about that. With that, I've done that with my own kids, seeing some of that. Hopefully they're growing up to be normal, nice human beings as well too. But it's more than just football, right? Life it's more than just a game. It's about what we do in the classroom, what we do outside the classroom. And so as always, it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce our head football coach, Mr. Aaron Blaney.
All right, thank you again, Rick. I want to thank Joe, Barry, and definitely I can't forget our Booster Club ladies who had a heck of a year, with all the cancellations and different things like that, and putting everything together. Guys did an excellent job. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of having all you guys do as much, and a lot of people don't see, how much you guys do behind the scenes, even with all of this stuff, and, again, going from week to week and not knowing, if we're even going to play or not. It was tough not knowing who our opponent's going to be. Sometimes we didn't find out till Wednesday, who we're going to play on Friday. That's tough. It's tough to prepare for. And I think one of the sports writers said about how resilient our boys were this year, always showing up and being relevant every week. Every week our guys came out, no matter what the circumstances were, and And I applaud them for not only sticking together, but for holding each other accountable in a season where a lot of teams had their seasons cut short because guys wanted to, go to parties and different things like that. And all of our guys held each other accountable, and we were able to finish out the season. So, I mean, that's a true testament of these guys holding each other accountable and sticking together and playing for each other. I'm going to bring up first our freshman coaches. Freshmen actually had the best record of the program this year. Those guys really came on the last couple of games. Coach Dave Coons, Coach Tony McCraw, Coach Kyle Penny.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. This season, obviously, different than any other season. Freshman football in general is usually very hectic. It's hard to get at the kids in the middle school, get everybody involved in the summer. But we had a good core group, about 13 kids that came off, once we were able to practice, they came all summer long, and that really helped us. We ended the year with like 21 players, 11 of which were in 7th or 8th grade. So we played teams that had 50 or 60 kids, most who are next graders. So this team was 2-4, so when you hear that, recognize that they are an excellent group of young men. They come to practice every day, they work hard, they hustle, they're great teammates, and they got better as the season went along. Our first game, we were losing 40-0 at halftime. And, I mean, honestly, we got together and we're like, man, what is this season going to be like? And they could win. They could have. We won the second half 8-7. You might think that's not a big deal, but it propelled us on. Next week we scored 27 points. Next week we scored 28. Both losses, but we were getting places. Fourth game was against TD. To this day, I say we should have won that game. 2 plays made the difference. They were doing a lot of this when the game started. Their opponents from across the district. By the second quarter, that had all stopped. All right. That game turned the season around for these kids. We won the last 2 games, 22-6 and 22-12. I believe to finish 2-4. So it's a great record, great group of kids. To be that young, most of our kids have 1 year or less of experience. There are a couple that have played more than that. So for them to do what they did is a testament to their heart and their dedication to Eastside football. Parents, again, thank you for everything, for staying in the loop, catching up, being on team out, asking questions. This season was crazy. Our last game of the year, we were playing at home on Wednesday, and we were playing at home on Thursday at 6. Then we ended up playing on the road because of it, and you all just went with it. You traveled to the games. You were great fans. Sometimes you don't always hear the best things from the stands. I'm just being honest. But we didn't hear that this year, even when we're losing 40-0. It was like, wow, they've really gotten so much better. They really hit the ball. They really talented. We average almost 20 points a game, which is spectacular. I think our linemen, we only had 1 guy that played line before. So it just made such a difference. A good group of kids, I told them the last day of practice, and I believe this wholeheartedly. If they stay together, they get in the weight room, they're going to win a district title. I believe that. That's the goal I set for them. A couple of them laughed, but a lot of them were excited. And that's where I think they're going. All right, well, I can't really remember. Not all year, but it's actually a better turnout than normally we had. I think there's maybe 8 of them or so, so we'll call them up here. We'll read off the names of the kids who aren't here. I want to thank these 2 guys for reading that. Coach Tony calls the offense, Coach Keith calls the defense. It's great to have them because, truthfully, they're not much older than a lot of the kids, so they can do the running around and all that stuff. I'm not as in good a shape as I used to be. I had a bad knee this year, so I can't do what I normally do. But great group of kids, locker room all around. 2 great young coaches that love the kids and they're there for them. It's frustrating when you know they do it, and maybe they're not quite as aggressive, but it's awesome to see the aggressiveness come out. We had a couple of huge hits, including Xavier Armstrong playing with the cast on his hand, just absolutely laid some dude out. I think it was against Carlisle. Our best defensive player is 5 feet tall, weighs 120 pounds, and just turned 12. No, he will be a good player. There's a lot of good players coming up through. It's a great group of kids. He probably led the league in broken bones. That's what I wanted to talk about today, because we even persevered through that. We had 3 broken wrists and a broken leg, 2 broken fingers, a broken thumb on our starting quarterback. We did it in the second quarter, finished the game, and threw for over 200 yards on his throwing hand. We had someone get a hip pointer on his hip. He missed 3 weeks. He was a returning player. When he came back, he made a difference. They did everything we asked of them. And I yell a lot, and I think I told you guys that I do that a lot. But I told them when I stop yelling, it is when they should worry. But I have to stop yelling this year. All right? So congratulations to them. They certainly earned the 2 wins they had. The CD game is still close, so hopefully they get them the next 3 years. The score was 30-12. Do you think that's not that close? I'm telling you, we were wide open by 15 yards 3 times. And the officiating may have been questioned. Jared Porter got called for the worst late hit I've ever seen in my life. But those are the things that happen, and they didn't quit. They won the next 2 after that, so it's a testament to them and all their hard work throughout the year. And the most important thing, really, for the first time in my 5 years being with freshmen, nobody was ineligible at one time. And that's really very I don't even remember even getting to talking to about, hey, watch so. That's really awesome. So it's a good core group, and they're going to do great things at East High. So we'll call them up here. I guess maybe one of them, what do you want to do? Right over here, so if anyone wants to take a picture. Stuff they do these alphabetically by first name, so just bear with that. So add a picture for a teacher. Eden Glasgow. I don't want to put him on blast, but this kid actually managed to break both wrists this season. But still came to practice quite a bit and was at every game sport was needed. So, it's important for him, and that's Camden Ward. This is one of our 2 returning players. Actually, we have 3 returning players. This kid wears number 40, but he played on the line because that's where we needed him. I know that's not where he wants to play, but he did a great job, and that is James Greer. Next up was our starting running back. At the start of the season, our quarterback broke his thumb, and just they stepped in and saved us. He's actually a really good quarterback, great all-around athlete. Watch him on the wrestling match. He's amazing. Jared Porter. We got Josh Stepp, who had never played football before, but was probably our best offensive lineman at 150 pounds. He doesn't look like an offensive lineman. Xavier Armstrong, who was the quarterback. That's what he wrote his thumb. This guy I did want to talk about too, because he had over 200 yards receiving against Chambersburg, 2 touchdowns. He should have had 3. I told him to slow down at the 5-yard line. They got tackled at the 2, and he said he didn't. Well, Mr. Gunning videotaped that game so we could show him that he did indeed slow down that game, and that is Steven Zerby. The last one we have here, if there's anybody here that I didn't see, I apologize, but this guy is returning this year too. He's still only in 8th grade, so he'll be a freshman next year. He hurt his hip first game against, was out a couple of weeks, came back, they all played very well. Says he's a linebacker, running back, but we played him at defensive end, and he tore things up the last 2 games. So I expect big things for him too, and that is Xavier. I don't know if I really talked about everybody, but Adam also, but he's actually pretty good at it. We put him there. He was our kicker. He did a pretty good job with that because I normally tend to have him onside kicker, just kick it on the ground. He's actually very good at that. He did listen to me one time. I said, don't kick it number 12 against McCaskey. Well, he returned it, and he was disappointed in himself, but he played his ass off, his butt off the rest of that game. So that's usually what comes out of my mouth, so I apologize, if you're getting some good stuff like that. This group is going to win a district title, I believe it, along with the kids who aren't here, which, let me read those off. A lot of them, with COVID, they just didn't want to come. We have Ali, Alexander Hardy is a kid who broke his leg, and he already had a bad leg. Nobody worked harder than that kid when he was at practice. And he could barely run, but he played wide receiver. And then he had a break in the leg that was already bad. So Amir, the Saudi, I'm going to go with. Alvin Fan. Chance Lewis, another kid that broke his wrist in the first quarter of the first game. Christopher Hirschman, a 7th grader. Isaac George, I think coaches called him Thor before. He was a 2-year player. He was actually very good on defense this year for us. Jose Arroyo, Jude Formica, I apologize if that's wrong. McQuan Kellum, Nehemiah Yule and Noah Yule, they're brothers. They're both, one's in 7th, one in 8th, but they'll be back next year. Ryan Williams, Sean Mullen, Skylar Kemp, Stephen Hudson. For anybody who was here last year, Hudson is an amazing kid. There was a fight at the youth level last year, and we recognized him last year. He came up to ninth grade football this year. Did the same thing. Rides his bike to practice, Raymond, super pulled out, doesn't matter. He's a great kid. Tavares Jackson and Wesley Quealy. You'll be hearing those names from Mr. Fox on Friday night, some probably sooner rather than later. They're going to come for spots on varsity next year, and they're going to be good teammates about it, but they're coming for your spots. So if you're returning, push them, push each other, make everybody better. Let's get this thing rolling. All right? Thank you. Anyone wants to see it? Or by the background?
Wire hangers. Again, I had an opportunity to watch the freshman games. I don't know if you guys, and I can't say enough about Roscoe. I had the opportunity to watch the freshman games because that guy was everywhere. He was filming everything, JV games, freshman games, hockey games, soccer games, practices, invaluable to us. He's doing this today for us. He's streaming this, live for us. I just want to give him a huge hand because he was so instrumental. Next up, I'm going to bring up, we coach the JV and varsity team together as a staff. Some of our guys stay at practice and film, and then some guys will go over and coach the JV game, then everyone else will come over. But I'm going to bring up Coach Nick to talk about the JV team a little bit. If they don't know by now, I always put them on the spot.
All right, I'll keep this short. But this was definitely an interesting JV year because there was a lot of guys who the season didn't go the way they thought it would because, they're seniors. They don't want to play JV. They see it as some kind of punishment of sorts. But I think it really shows their love for the game because they still went out every day and they played hard. They played their butts off. And I'm really proud of them for that. And the season didn't go the way they wanted to on the JV level either. But I could definitely say without a shadow of doubt that they play hard every single week.
All right, thank you. Nick's a little nervous, but that's all right. I I always put these guys on the spot. It's his first year with us, so, you know, I always try and get them to come up and speak. And as you can see, the only way they get comfortable with it is to do it. So, you know, I'm always going to challenge them. I think these guys are still here. Mason Floyd. Mason here. Hey, if you can stay up, everybody. Reggie Roach. James Stewart. Anthony Warner, AJ. I'm going to read up the other guys. Nader Shawaka, Tymir Thornton, Aiden Campbell, Zach Edmonds, Brandon Faust, Roshawn Henry, Trey Hughes, Raekwon Lane, and Thurston Wells. The way the JV team works is you have to play a certain amount of quarters and minutes. All right, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you're just a JV player, because we like to dress everybody for varsity games. But some guys may have been on the JV team this year, the varsity team last year. It all depends on, again, the quarters that you play in the varsity game. And with COVID this year, it was tough. We had to put guys in spots that they don't typically play. So, but again, we got the opportunity to get on the field. These guys had the opportunity to get on the field, and that was the most important thing for us. Like Nick said, you know, some of these guys, if you went to any of the JV games, to me, it's relief. It's so much fun, all right? Because these guys are coming out, they're hungry, they're fighting, they're scrapping. You know, they're there to prove to you that they deserve to play on Friday nights. So when they come out there on Monday, you know, you see a different type of fire. And that's how, as a head coach, I love going to the JV games, because I can see what's coming up. I can see, you know, those guys that are really ready to compete. You can't always see that in practice. So when you see it in the game, it's a different animal. All right, so a lot of these guys are definitely going to compete, and a lot of these guys that play JV also play on Friday nights. And we're looking for all of them to start playing on Friday nights. All right, great job, guys.
Okay, well, a little bit out of order here. I actually wanted me to try and do this right before we started the second half of the banquet here. I think the seniors have a presentation. We have some seniors with a presentation this afternoon. I know you're nervous coming up here, but you're plenty hospitable. I've seen you at the Giant Center. You do a great job at Hershey, so that's right.
I just wanted to take a second to appreciate the coaches. The year was hard and tough, and we had to push through adversity, and so did they. They always came back after a game, even if we lost. They worked their butts off and came back and did their job and always helped us do the best we could. So if we give a round of applause for them.
I just want to say thank you to all the coaches for the opportunity to play. And it was a pleasure playing all 4 years with you guys, and you taught me a lot, and I want to really appreciate that.
Yeah, basically what they all said, you know, we're very appreciative of the season, you know, a time of uncertainty, you know, especially Coach Roscoe Gunn, because, you know, I always wanted to, you know, watch him on our practice and stuff. You know, you're supposed to get better, but how can the only time you get better is, you know, during the game? You know, you want to get better at practice. You know, Coach will talk about how I do something wrong, I'll be like, no, I didn't. And then I can watch the film and see if I really did do it wrong, or see how I can do things better. So yes, and I really appreciate them.
I'm not a senior, but like, hear me out. I've only been with this program for 2 years. I'm just very thankful for the coaches. It's like a father figure to me. They taught me a lot before football, after football, they taught me how to become a man. I'm just glad that I got teammates, the support system that I have now. I have a great coaching staff. Shout out Coach Clark. Yes, sir. I'm just thankful for that. And I have Coach Nick too. This year didn't turn out as we wanted to. If you want to be real. But you take these lessons or L's and then build off of it. Next year, I promise you I'll work 10 times harder, come in every day, and do what I have to do to make this program better than I am. I just thank all y'all for coming, and thank you.
I tell you what, now you know why we have smiles on our faces all the time. These guys they're a trip. But the one thing is they always speak from the heart. We can always count on that. And that's a testament to you guys as parents. Like they come to us and talk about some different things, and you know, some of it is funny and some of it is very serious. But we always feel good that they have the comfort level to come and talk to us. But they're a trip, trust me. There's some stories I'm ready to quote when I'm done. Trust me. If I can have these guys come up, Coach Rick, Coach Coop, Coach Clark, Coach Krebs, Coach Coons, you can come back up, Coach Tony, Coach Q, Coach Sharon. When you put together a staff, one of the things that I look for is not necessarily the most football-related staff. All right, I look for people who not only know the game, but I know have a true love for your boys. And if you had any conversations with your boys about our staff, I've been coaching all together for about 30 years. I have never had a staff like this. These guys and girls will do anything for your kids. I know your kids will attest to that. So I got the double bubble. You know, I got the football staff. You know, we have guys who play Division I football, Division II football, NFL football. We have guys, All-Americans. We have Sharon played a bit. Like, we have a great staff athletically. But more important than that, you know, we have retired state troopers. You know, we have counselors. We have the gamut. And I think all of your kids have taken advantage of at least one of these coaches throughout their time. And that's what I look for in the staff. I really, really appreciate these guys and girls. And they will give 120% for your kids. And our guys and girls are here when these guys leave. And I can't, even without me, these guys can call any of these people up here and get anything from them at any time. All right, and a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I've never seen a group that looks out for kids the way this group does. So be rest assured that your guys are being taken care of. All right, so I really appreciate these guys. Can you give these guys a hand? All right, football-wise, we were COVID in 7. There's no secret. But you know, it's always good when you know that the guys are taking lessons from your speakers. And you know, like Craig said about the L's, he didn't call them losses, he called them lessons. All right, so that means he was paying attention. And if you can always just take away one thing from speakers, that there's a point that's been hit. And I think a lot of these guys were paying attention. I was looking around, they were paying attention. You know, they would nod their heads. They listen. They're very coachable. All right. And if you could, for 1 second, can we have the seniors stand up real quick, please? finished this year because of this group of guys right here. They were getting these guys together. They were practicing. They were working out. They were calling each other on the phone. They had group texts going on. They had so many doggone group chats and group texts. I don't want no parts of that, but I know I'd hear them come in the office and they would talk about it in this group text and that group text and this group, but they were always holding each other accountable. And that is how you succeed. That's how you finish. All right. We could have easily been like some other programs and had our season canceled if these guys didn't stand up and tell these other guys and bring them along and make sure that they were doing the right things. All right. So I applaud you guys as seniors because we know how important this season was to you. So kudos to you guys. Definitely. All in all, I'm not gonna make excuses. We didn't have a very good season on the field. All right, but I think this is the most resilient group I've ever seen in my life. All right, they again, there are times where we didn't know until Wednesday who we were playing. There were times, weeks where we had 3 different opponents. We might start out with somebody on Friday, and then we find out Saturday it's somebody else, and then Wednesday it's somebody else. All right, but we never heard these guys complain. As long as they were able to play, then you could have lined up the Cowboys, and they would have still wanted to play. They probably would have beat them. But I'm a Cowboy fan, so I had to say that. But that's how they work. That's how resilient they were. Like, they were just ready to practice. You know, Monday we're practicing against the triple option, and then Wednesday we're practicing against the spread. Like, it's crucial, you know, to be able to watch film and different things like that. But these guys were adjusting on the fly, all right? And, you know, with the exception of 1 or 2, we were in every game. We were in every game, and it was tough. I felt so bad for these guys, but then on the other hand, I watched them at the end of every game. I watched them, you know, the next day in practice, and they shook it off. They shrugged it off, and they said, "Coach, let's go. We got to go. We got next man up, next game up, next team up." All right, and that just shows the resilience, and that shows also what you guys instilled in them. Any of you guys want to say anything? I can't express how proud I am of this group, and there's going to be more. Trust me, there's going to be more. A lot of you guys are going to go on and play at the next level, and we're going to be right there. You guys know we travel too. We're going to be right there and watching you at the next level in the stands. All right, we like to show up and surprise you, so we won't tell you when we're coming. But it's a joy for us to get out and watch you guys. So we're going to call you up alphabetically again. Seniors, Vinny also. Keon Baltimore. Isaiah Bowen-Sperring. Travion Clark. Brian Camargo. Corey Cooper Watts. Zaire Paulus Beverly. Romeo Fleck. Ziggy Flynn. Devontae Gist. Levi Krebs. Cayenne Maitland. Avery McCullum. Miles Vince. Kevin Lynn. Amir Peace. Max Riley. Yimide Shoyemi. Big Show. Jaden Sims. Anthony Stern. DT Thomas. Kyle Williams. Lemire Wilson Duffy. Travis Armstrong. Aiden Chandler, Macario Clark, Andre Howerton, Justice Jennings, Cam Livingston, Marcel McDaniels, Jakari Rivera, Aldine, Steve Isaiah Scott, Ian Hamagetsu, Nick Bloss, Terrence Jackson Cutney, and Dan Krebs. This shows what I mean when I talk about this group. 90% of our guys are here, and that's in order to get better, you got to show up. All right, and these guys were showing up and showing out. There were so many surprises for us, throughout the course of the year. We bounced around with quarterbacks back and forth a couple weeks, a couple different things, bounced back and forth with running backs a couple weeks. We had so many different guys that would step up, and that's what we told them. Like there was no position that was guaranteed. So they fought week after week. I don't think we had the same start lineup one time throughout the course of the season. And that's because these guys were competing offensively and defensively. One week Jaden would go off, next week Thad would go off. It's just, and that's what we wanted in practice. Those guys would compete in practice, and it was, one week we start Levi at middle linebacker. Next week we start Amir at middle linebacker. We moved Lemire until he hurt his shoulder. We moved him from guard to tackle to DN to, we were moving guys all over the place. Right? And that just shows how resilient they are and able to step up they are. So I'm very proud of this group. I can't say a whole lot more than that. You guys know I tell you every day I love you, and I do. And even when you're gone, East High, my number is still going to be the same. Same with all these coaches. You can contact us at any time for anything. All right. We'll get into our individual awards in a minute, but again, just going to tell you guys that I love you.
Real quick, just because football is over, this is the part a lot of parents is nervous about school. Like our goal, we want to help the kid get to school. There's also school for everybody. Everyone's not D1, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It's about going to school, not spending all your money to go to school. That's the key. So there is a school for you. It could be a small school out there in Idaho. It could be Penn State. It could be something. If your child wants to go to school, schools are available. Don't be scared of trade schools. We need carpenters, we need electricians, we need that. Diane Stevens, I don't know what your financial situation, you can go free, get your degree and own your own business a couple of years. So there is a school for you if you want to go to schools. There's the military, or you can go get you a job. These kids, whatever you need, we have in your arms.
All right, everybody sit down but the seniors. Coaches, everybody but the seniors. All right, now, everybody who had their, because this ties directly into what Coach Rick was talking about, every senior had their senior meeting, their senior recruiting meeting with me. Sit down. All right. Now, like Coach Rick was saying, I'm calling him out because he's standing up here right now. And I know some parents just found out for the first time. But I have every year a senior recruiting meeting with the kid and their parent to discuss their recruiting, how it's going, where it's going, any questions to make this process as easy as possible. And I started putting this out to them probably a month and a half ago. So the guys that sat down are the ones who have scheduled their meetings and had their meetings. The ones who are standing here are the ones who haven't. So parents, I'm gonna let you know, if they haven't scheduled a meeting with me, even if it's for 5 minutes, to say, Coach, I have no interest in playing college football. You could be wanting to play baseball, you could be wanting to play, whatever, jacks, whatever. Just let me know so we know how to proceed. Because there are some of these guys that it might be a Division III school or something, and I'm gonna use, I know you guys don't mind. I know how shy Vinny is, but I had a conversation with the football coach last week about Vinny. And I know Vinny has been playing baseball since he's 5 years old. And this happens to be a school that said he can play baseball and football for us. But if he doesn't sit down and have that meeting, he doesn't know that. And a lot of schools, only want you to play one sport once you get to college. There are some that will allow you to do both. So that's another opportunity that's out there. All right, same with Brian, with run track. You may be able to do both. So parents, I'm letting you know, make them schedule a meeting with me so we can get all of this done so we can get on to the junior class, because you guys are making them wait right now. All right, so get it done. All right, you guys have a seat. All right, this is the best part for me. I like to recognize some of these guys individually for some of their accomplishments during the year. Everyone knows what the very first award is, and it's the most special one to me, all right, because it's the highest GPA award. This will be the third time that I was able to do this in the 8 years that I've been a head coach here, and nothing makes me more proud than to be able to let this happen. So the first award, Coach Krebs, coming up.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm extremely proud of all the boys this year. Again, once again, we didn't have the greatest season, but I'll echo everything that everybody else has said. That they've worked their butts off all season long, got together over the summertime, and they just had to be together with themselves and kind of get out there. And I know Levi and Romeo and Vinny kind of headed it up and got everybody out there, and they were practicing getting it in before the season ever even thought we could get started. So, and of course, very happy that we were able to have the season having a senior this year. So we thought for a long time that we weren't going to have that, and the PIAA was going to put a squash on that. So, but certainly this is an award that's very proud to give out. Certainly we need to have student athletes, not just athletes out here that go on and show everybody the rest of the way. I'm not sure this award here that I'm holding, if this person's actually the highest GPA, but we'll give it this way for the team. Maybe there was a leapfrog that I didn't know about. This award goes to Levi Krebs. Many, I don't know. Maybe you give him too many answers, Vinny, and you're working together on the phone until 12 o'clock at night every night. Thank you.
This was the first year that we were able to do this, and when I calculate, I get these guys transcripts and different things like that. It's painstaking going with 70, 80 guys trying to get that thing, but our counseling group does a great job of getting me their transcripts and figuring everything out. So I'm glad that that Chad was able to do that. Again, I said this is my favorite award, so I'm actually still going to give it out. But I'll explain to you in a second what happened. Highest GPA, this guy, multi-sport athlete. He's a quiet guy, shy guy, but I mean, he put on about 30 pounds in the off season, shows dedication physically and mentally. I can't say enough about this guy. He's been one of my favorites since I saw him out there playing baseball and begged and begged and begged his mom to let him come out and try out football. All right, and just because, you know, I've known his dad for a while, so, you know, he helped out a little bit, nudging him along, nudging her along, and I'm so glad that you guys did, because he was definitely turned into a heck of a leader on our football team, and I'm glad he decided to give football a shot. Highest GPA, Vinny Olsen. I know he probably had it all figured out sitting there, like, wait a minute, I know mine was this and this. All right, the reason there was two, real quick, I'm holding them right here. Levi, his overall GPA was 103.6. So I don't understand how you cannot have two when you have something like that. His GPA is over 100. There is absolutely no way that I cannot give a young man who's worked that hard an award like that. And to finish second to a guy who has a GPA of 104.2. You know, you can add all 4 of my years up and I might get there. But that's what it's about, being a student athlete. And again, working as hard as they did in the weight room, out on the field, and still able to maintain that in classroom, which is the most important part. They're going to be winners in life. So again, we didn't win a game this year, but looking at that tells me what kind of life that these guys are headed for. So, you know, when I need a job, I'm looking y'all. All right? So congratulations again to those guys. We had some coaches that, you know, obviously are kind of high risk, so they didn't come today, but they all definitely send well wishes. So they kind of messed my program up a little bit, so now I'm kind of going off the cuff. So this next award is going to be given out by Coach Krebs again. These guys have no idea about it.
So when he said that he's going off the cuff, we automatically are as well. So now this is, once again, I kind of said everything pretty much that I wanted to say about the season and stuff, but just to talk about this particular player. So this player, he's been playing with Levi for quite a long time. They've been together on the field. So especially going back to freshman football and just playing linebacker together. Last year, he kind of took a year off, so which was something that we would have hoped he wouldn't have done, but maybe that was best for him. But it enabled him to definitely earn this award this year, which is the Comeback Player of the Year award. And again, extremely proud of his effort all the time, of his vocal leadership, and you know, you could tell his passion for the game, because he was probably the most upset almost after each loss. He really, really and truly wanted to win, and he gave his all each down. His name is Amir Peace.
Coach Rick.
So I have to come back there in part two. This guy, remember, when I was on the other side of the ball, when all the parents was mad at me for calling offense, I'm a defense guy. But this guy's in the gym working hard. And I actually thought he was going to be our quarterback. The next couple of years, he disappears. And I'm like, man, so what are we going to do? So if y'all really pay attention to what we've been doing the last couple of years, we had about 8 or 9 different quarterbacks filling in. Well, this young man, his first time really playing varsity football, he came back to East High, became a quarterback again. So he gave everything he had. It's like, I don't know if any of y'all really ever played quarterback, get a video game or play in the street. Quarterback's a hard position. It's very hard because it's easy to say you can do this, do that when you're in the stands, when you're on the field. But when you got guys running at you with defensive schemes and people coming at you, it's very difficult, especially when you got guys who are not paying attention or understand what's really going on. So I'd like to give an applause to Romeo.
This next one, I'm going to give out. It's a guy who, again, we didn't expect to have him, but he was, we saw what he did last year, and we knew right away that he was going to come back and do some big things for us, and he did. I mean, he surprised all of us. He's one of the most accurate guys that I know, and he's only getting bigger. He's only getting stronger. But, last year we watched him, and, he was banging 30-yarders. This year we watched him, and he's banging 40-yarders. So the thing that's good for us is that he's only a sophomore. So he's going to be a special guy. Our special teams MVP, Nick Bloss. I love it when we grab those soccer players and they come out and help us out. I love it too, that all these guys are sitting there sweating because they don't know who's getting called up and who's not getting called up. Coaches are sweating. Look at the team, they're all sweating. Come on, Clark. Good afternoon. Really quick, before I give out this award, I wanted to take the time to do something. When Coach Jim was talking earlier about the freshman team, I could help but feel some type of way because if you didn't know, I teach at middle school. I teach at SWAT Terrace. A lot of those kids, a lot of those 8th graders, some of the 9th graders this year were my former students. So I just wanted to take the time to let Jared Porter, Camden Ward, Josh Stepp, Zoe Flynn as well. I appreciate you guys. I'm proud of you. You guys are doing a great job. I had a couple others that obviously they're not here, but I just want to let them know that I'm very proud of them because what they're doing is really spectacular. And just to quote Coach Jim, they're working their tail off, so it's pretty cool to see. But this kid, back to varsity, this kid is someone that I actually didn't talk to at all last year. I think we had probably 2 conversations because, he's not one of the kids that I normally coach. He's not my position. But this year we had a conversation about every single day of practice. We talked about, what the coolest thing about this is every single conversation we had was hardly ever about football. It was always about something else. It was about schoolwork. It was about what he wanted to do after high school or whatever. And I found that me and this kid, developed a relationship because it was aside from football. It was different from, just talking about X's and O's and what we got to do and winning and stuff. And it just goes to show how awesome this kid is. And he wins this award every single year, so I'm sure he already knows. But the Panther Award goes to Kevin. Coach Coop.
Good evening, everyone. For this person, the reason he got this award is because
because up until this year, he's never played this position before. It was out in the dorm room every day after practice. He would stay an hour after practice every day and work on it because he wanted to be the best. So for outstanding offensive lineman, we have Andre Howardson. He's not here today. He has to quarantine because somebody in his class had an issue. So we'll set this one as man.
The next one is part 2 of the Panther Award, and honestly, when we were doing this, we could have given out 7 of these. I mean, we could have given, you know, Jaden, Lemire, like all of these guys have done certain things that just, you know, miles that embody what we talk about is as far as being a Panther. So, you know, I do want to acknowledge those guys that I just mentioned because, you know, they were some of the names that were thrown around for this award too. So I acknowledge you guys and let you know that you are appreciated for all the hard work and things that you do. But we settled on the last 2. And this guy, he, you know, this is my guy, this is my dude. He will give you his left arm, you know what I mean? And he's that kind of guy. He was, again, playing a position he never played before, just decided this year that he wanted to do it. But he gave 110%. And I always say, you know, in practice, if we could combine all 3 of these dudes, we would have a Division I quarterback. You know, we had a guy who had a rocket arm. We had a guy who could move and had all the leadership qualities, and then we had this guy who just had it. Like, he's that guy that, you know, he wasn't afraid of anything. You know, he'd get whacked a couple times in the JV game and get up and come over with a smile, you know, like, oh, that's fun, coach, that's fun. Like, no, it's not fun to get hit, man. But, you know, he just had that kind of attitude, and not one time that he complained all year. You know, there are many times where he might have thought that, you know, he should have started on Friday nights, different things like that. But all he did was come back and practice harder the next day. All right, and, you know, we actually saw some fire out of him in practice where he actually, you know, we were running a scout team, and, you know, some guys messed up and he just snapped, and I had never seen that before. But he's like, it's on the card. It's a picture on the card. How can you not get it right? And he just went after the guys. So, Max Rowley, no, he didn't get it because he's a Michigan fan. You gotta go up and get it. Because you have to. Yes, you do. You have to.
Hello again. For this award, it's definitely a senior, somebody who's highly deserving of it. Came in every day, focused, locked in, worked his butt off, tried to get better every day. Honestly, he's probably my favorite player I've ever had. I mean, it's only my first year of coaching, but he left an impression on me that he reminded me a lot of myself when I was here. So, outstanding defensive lineman is Kyle Williams.
I like you to go back to your seats and then call you right back up. Coach Rick.
This is the offense MVP. I don't even know what words to use for this young man. His heart's amazing. His heart's very big for his size. Jumps off cliffs, jumps off roofs. Anything you ask, he'll do for you. He does it with a smile. Got a weird haircut. With that reps. Go ahead and speak.
I may have had a bowl cut in the summer, but I may reassure you that I'm not Amish. And I am kind of small, but next year, or this in-between year, I'm going to work harder in the weight room and get bigger. I'm coming out next year stronger.
That is the most I've heard him say all year. All year. Clark.
So the second time's not as bad as the first time, so I'm good now. But so I want to make this one a little bit quicker, but just I want to repeat everything that Coach Ritt said. This next kid is the exact same. He was one of the first kids I met when I first came here last year. Took me in right away, embraced me, and helped me. He made me a better coach because constantly pushing me, asking me questions, stuff that I don't even know about. Because he didn't play a position I ever coached or ever played. So Levi Krebs, defensive MVP.
Chad.
Okay. This person was very dedicated. This is the most dedicated athlete, so very dedicated. Once again, goes back to the summertime when the boys were putting in time over and over daily, whether they were at my house, just constantly tossing the ball around, thinking of ways to get better in the weight room, hitting it hard, just really pushing themselves. A lot of times that was in my basement as well. We had some weights there, so, but this person, again, just always gave it his all, so most dedicated athlete, just Vinny also.
Jim, I'm going to let you do this.
This kid here I've known for a long time. He does anything you ask him, both sides of the football. He was a center for his first 3 years at East High, finished this year playing, I don't know how many different positions on offense, but very quiet, but on the field he makes a ton of plays defensively. You didn't know I'm the one who does stats for Friday nights. One game he had 6 tackles for loss. Some people don't get that season. Something like 16 total for the year, 70-some tackles. Great kid, great student, obviously. He's always been one of my favorites, although he didn't actually play freshman for me. He actually played varsity as a 9th grader. Team MVP, Levi Krebs.
These last couple I'm going to run through quick. Guys that couldn't make it, a couple of these guys are they have to quarantine, and it's a sad thing, but it's all about being safe and being healthy. So unfortunately, some of these guys here couldn't make it, but I want to, because we're streaming this, I know they're watching, so I want to make sure that I acknowledge them. This guy came. He could have really played any position that we put him at, and he did. He played 3 or 4 different positions, and we wish he's one of the guys that we wish we would have had, over the summer, because he really would have excelled. But he ended up, starting our last few games at quarterback. Like Coach Ritt said, that is a tough thing to do, especially if you haven't, played that position at a varsity level. But he played receiver, played quarterback, played safety. Unfortunately, he's one of those things, one of those guys that slowed down too and got caught at the 5-yard line. But he got an interception. But he really turned it on. And he showed us, how great and how special he's going to be. Rookie of the Year is Terrence Jackson. We have another outstanding defensive lineman award. This guy too. I mean, he's just lightning quick coming off the edge. He's kind of small, but he's fast. And he gets after the quarterback. You know what I mean? He does some things that sometimes we don't think because he doesn't show a whole lot in practice. But then when he gets out there on Friday night, he has a nonstop motor. He surprises us because of how small he is, but he gets the job done. At defensive end, he had a few sacks for us, made a couple big plays for us. Another outstanding defensive lineman was Justice Jennings. This guy, I like to think that I discovered him in practice, although Coach Ritt and Coach Holland will fight me over this tooth and nail. But they pointed him out one day. But, we also, Nick and I showed him, in the JV game what this guy was doing. And that we tell these guys all the time, when you play in the JV game, it's an audition for Friday nights. So he started showing up in the JV games, and we're like, hey, let's get this kid a shot. And he actually ended up starting the last four games for us at corner as another sophomore. And that sophomore class is loaded, guys. Let me tell you, they're coming. Ian Amagatcher, most improved player. The other most improved player was a guy who ended up starting out playing JV, same thing, and ended up starting varsity, the last few games, and actually had a well of a game, his last game. And he shows also, another sophomore, like he shows what he's going to do, in the future. He's going to be tough to defend. This kid is like 6'5", long arms, goes up and attacks the ball, so he's going to be special. Another most improved player was Tymir Thornton. That's it for our individual awards. I just want to say a couple last things about our team, because I know we give out these individual awards, and it's so hard because there are so many guys that you want to acknowledge. And it's just unfortunate that you can't. But I do want all of those guys to know, Big Joe, again, a guy who never played football before he came here. He's a rugby guy, and he's one of the most eager guys to learn. He had some of our starters who were playing for a while. He had them upset in practice some days where they actually wanted to fight him. I'm like, wow, he's just kicking your butt today. Like, that's just how it goes. And I think he's also going to be a guy who, even with his limited experience, is going to play football in college. And it's going to be great to go and watch him learn and get better as he goes along. JT, another one, JT and I have had many conversations, about, consistency, and he's one of the fastest dudes on the team. And he just, he's shown it sometimes in practice where he'd pick a ball up and take it to the house, and there was nobody on the team that could catch it. And that's one of the things that he brings. And once he puts everything together, he's another guy that's going to be playing at the next level. It's going to be fun. Trust me to come and watch all you guys. Lemire, unfortunately, got injured, but we were great and fortunate to have him come over from Susquehanna, and he brought instant energy right away. A guy who got some of our O-linemen upset, in practice. And Amir, I know his last name is Peace, but he was a peacemaker in practice sometimes because, and he's a little guy, but some of these big linemen wanted to go after each other, you know what I mean? And Amir would step in and let him know, like, this is what you want in practice. This is how you want to practice. And it was great having him back. He had some concussion issues a couple of years ago, so he didn't play. And, man, we were so glad that he came out and graced us this year because he ended up having a heck of a year, too. And it was an honor to coach you guys as seniors. I appreciate you guys coming back out Same with Zaire. Zaire is one of those big dudes that, when other opponents look at him, they kind of get afraid of him. You know what I mean? And then, he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? And once he gets mean, yeah, put your head down. It's true. Once he gets mean and he puts that mentality with that frame at the next level, it's going to be different too. He's going to be a different player. Miles came out, worked hard all season, came out and practiced, with an edge this year. Miles was always a quiet, nice guy too. He came out with an edge this year and then said, Coach, what can I do to be the best receiver? And, he started working on those things. And he had some huge catches for us. He had some long touchdown catches for us. Like there's Jaden, Jaden Sims. Jaden played safety, he played corner, he played running back, he played slot receiver. Like these guys are guys that, they have things that we can't teach. And I would love to be able to mention all of these guys. I know we have a lot of guys, but it's just, it goes to show how much we actually really do care about you guys and really study you guys and really want the best for you. And we're going to make sure that we ride with you the entire time. Throughout the recruiting process, some of you guys are going into the military, and I can't thank you enough for that, for your service as well. That's just as important, if not more important for us, to have you guys going into the military, to help and serve our country. I can't, there's so many guys, Ziggy, coming bringing his ugly Eagle stuff to practice every day, just throw it in my face, even today, Coach, how about the Cowboys, Coach? I can count on that every day from a guy like Ziggy, who also got better, once he started coming to practice, started working out. But you guys are leaving behind a heck of a group with Crack and all these guys in the sophomore group that we have coming up, and you have an excellent coaching staff that I know, are going to work hard and trust and believe that next year won't be the same. All right? But you young guys coming up, you're surrounded by coaches that will give you every single thing that you need. Just accept it, okay? Accept it. And this program is going to get back to where it needs to get to. All right? I really appreciate all you guys coming out. Again, thank you to the Booster Club for doing as much as you guys do. Like, we would never survive without you guys. And I truly mean that. We appreciate everything that you guys do. And the parents, I can't say enough for you guys for allowing your kids in this tough time and trusting us with them, with their safety and their health. And we appreciate you guys for lending them to us, because that's all we're doing is we're borrowing them. They're yours. We give them back. They're yours. You get to keep them. But we really appreciate you trusting them and trusting us with them. And we finished the COVID year, guys. You have to be extremely proud of the things that you accomplished this year when it started out and no one thought that it was going to happen. You guys did it. You guys finished it. All right, so congratulations for that. Rick, thank you so much, buddy. As always, it's a pleasure. All right, we love having you. We love you. Are the voice of the East Side. I'm not going to say the other side, because we consider you our voice. So we thank you. We appreciate you. Joe, thank you again, buddy. Appreciate it. And we're going to try and get back to where you guys were, man. Definitely. All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, Roscoe, thank you. Appreciate everything. Coaches, love you guys, man. Love you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, it's time for the giveaway prizes. Before we do that,
So every year, we have a poster that we give to Coach AB and the seniors sign it on the way in. So on behalf of the seniors and the booster and this organization, AB, we want to give you your So Rick is going to call the numbers to all the raffles. Sue is over there, so when your number is called, please see her and she'll direct you to the basket, prize, whatever you win.
the poster with all the players on it, correct? One on the right? Okay. The winning ticket, 332037. This is the other, the helmet, Mr. That is 332106. 332106. So you got a lot of tickets. Let's see who has that one. All right. This is the assorted gummy candy. Winning ticket number is 332076. That's the first one. The assorted gummy 332181. Three, 332139. Again, we call your number 332176. We said just grab your gummies when you get over there. 332180. JT, stay close. You might have a number of these. We get 180. Okay. Yeah, we need 180 is the other one. 322140. 349524. 349524. 332039. 332177. I'm sure he has that one. 176. 332178. We get a lot of gummies at the Thomas household today. 179. 331957. 331957. 331956. So 956 and 957. Yeah. This is for the Christmas door wreath. 349525. 349525. Good winner. No winner on that door? 349525. How about 332015? 332015. Right there, okay, there you go. That's a Christmas door. This is the outdoor flag and jar of kisses. 331964. 331964. Okay. This is the Gourmet Village, 2 drink mixes and 2 dip mixes. 331965. Coffee basket, a lot of tickets in the coffee basket. 332032. 332032. Back in the back there. There you go. This is the poinsettia and the $10 giant gift card. 332113. 332113, back in the corner. Here's three $10 Giant gift cards. All three numbers here. 332137. 332137. Just go right with card. 138. You have 138 there? That's the next one. Yeah. I'm shuffling around here, I promise. 332047. 332047. This is a 3-month free membership to the Y. 331912. 331912. Do we have a winner? 331912. Okay, we got a winner back in the corner. There's a gift card to Panera. 332125. 332125. Back in the corner. That was the Panera gift card. Here's another poinsettia and a $10 Giant gift card. 332115. 332115. Tastefully Simple basket. 332101. 332101. Got a winner. The East High Wreath and $20 to lottery tickets. 331921. 331921. Okay. Okay, all right. Gift certificate to Mission Barbecue. Surprisingly, football players, there's lots of tickets in this one. 332081. 332081. It just says Mission Barbecue.
Oh, no. It's not that. It's for the basket.
Okay, this is the gift basket. 332081. Last call. All right, we'll pick again. 331946. 331946. Coach Krebs. Coach Hooper said take him to Mission Barbecue. Well, the first thing to do. Coach Krebs, I was talking to Coach Krebs and Mr. Olson before the event. They were quite disappointed because they asked their sons to give 110%. And they only came up with 103 and 104%. Okay. Gift card to El Rodeo. I have the card here, so if I call your number, come up to the front. Take two. Got a black puffball. 332093. 332093. 332093. No? All right, draw again. 332049. 332049. This is the Mission Barbecue gift card. Okay, this is the Mission Barbecue gift card. And that is owned by Sue. 332102. This is the gift card Mission Barbecue. 332102. Got a winner? You got a winner. $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. 332110. 332110. Up there on the corner. $10 gift card to CD Pizza, which is actually up here. So come up here if you call your number, you just call. 332133. 332133. Okay. This is a $100 Target gift card with a Plush Pro and a candle. This one is chock full of things. All right, dug deep here. 331932. 331932. All right, that's over there, right? That's in the corner. This is the snack basket. Snack baskets. 331933. 331933. Stephanie, do you have the other one too? You have 933 as well as 932. I think you actually two different baskets back-to-back ticket numbers. Here's the fancy snack basket. She's going to be the fancy Nancy snack basket. 332078. 332078. Three 332078. Last call. Move on. Same price, the fancy snack basket. 332081. 081. We're waiting for that. They're close together, so I put that person down. Yeah, because I got 0 and 0, so I'm going to stay close to 332083. Sue, do you have one back there for a string of anybody? Anywhere from 079 to 083. Three 332064. 332064. You have a winner back there, Sue? That's for the fancy snack basket. Maybe you don't want to know. That's old tickets out your circus there. How about 089, 332089? Anyone? It's still Sue. Okay, how about this? 331934. 331934. Here is the anti-COVID basket. What's in the anti-COVID basket? Toilet paper? Hand sanitizer, probably something to keep you clean, right? 332036. 332036. Looks like she cleans up for the day. 50-50. We're getting down to the end here, 50-50. I'm going to take something just shy of $40. This is the blue tickets. 602704. 602704. You have a ticket back there? Somebody? Okay. So guess how many mints were in this tub? The winning guess belongs to Stern. 98. Congratulations, you're the freshest breath on the team now. These are door prizes. Starbucks gift card. 349505. 349505. Put it right there. There's a $25 Visa gift card. 349487. 349487. Max Riley. Okay. Okay. But four different tickets we're calling out for your place. $25. 349478. We'll have none of that. Into that. The next one's 349540. Camera. 349464. 349464. Last one. Wait, one more to go. 349496. 349496. All right. We have a few more candies left. I'll just start calling out some numbers. Grab a candy back there. Grab some of the gummy candy. 349506. 349506. Okay. Got some gummy candy back there. How many do we have, Sue? 8. Right after hers. 349490. That's where I'm digging in the bowl. 349468. 349468. 349484. 349484. JT's got that one? Go get your candy here. 349543. 349543. Now you go up there, get up there, go get candy over there. 349-525. 349-525. Three, 4, 9, 5, 2, 5. All right, one, one, How about 3, 4, 9, 5, 2, 8? Amir? How many we got after that one, too? 4. 3, 4, 9, 500. 349 500. Three, 4, 9, 5, 3, 7. 3, 4, 9, 5, 3, 7. 5, 3, 7. Got it? Okay. Three, 4, 9, 5, 1, 3. 3, 4, 9, 5, 1, 3. You got one more coming, and then him. Is that one more after that? One more after that. Last one? Coming up. 3, 4, 9, 4, 6, 5. 3, 4, 9, 4, 6, 5. Is that you, Coach? Okay. That's it. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for your participation and being here, being with the team this year. Thank you so much again to the Booster Club for inviting me. And that's all right. Yes. Don't forget to take the pictures off the table. Yes. The programs are, if you grab the program, they are $10 each. The throwback commemorative programs, please make sure if you want to grab one, they're $10 each. Ms. Sue has them at the end of the row.